up real nice, and you want to just step in with the shot and turn it over and catch it right there. Now see, my chin's protected by my shoulder, and when the jab lands, I get it right back like a piston. Bang, bang, right back to where it came from. Again, I see a lot of people, sometimes they throw a left jab and they bring it back a little bit low. They're open for the right hand counter shot. So that hand is very important to get that right back to your face. Give me the left jab. Again. 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 Good. All right. Now, from this, stay in the position. Now she's landing a real good left jab here, right there. And now a good punch right after the jab is the right hand. As that's coming back, there you go. Good. Just give me 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right hand, nice and short. Let me see it again. Again. Now with the right hand, of course, you want to pivot off the back foot. Okay, you're not just pivoting for show. Okay, you're not just pivoting. You're driving. You're pushing off the floor. Bang, right there, like Eddie told me, like you're stepping on a cigarette or you're swashing a bug. He says, you know, you're driving off the back foot. You're not just pivoting for show. Again, you're driving. You're pushing off the floor, and this will get you maximum power in the right hand. Okay, because if you hit me with just your arm punch, you know, your arm weighs 10 pounds, it's not going to hurt me. When you hit me with your body weight, when you get your toe, your hip, your shoulder right through, you hit with all your body weight, they're gonna pay attention to it. Okay, so give me the 1, 2. Good girl. Again. Now get right back in position after that. Don't stay out there. 1, 2. There you go. Good job. Again. So after she throws the 1, 2, if she lands that shot there, my counter, of course, on the right hand is a left hook. So she throws a 1, 2, boom, I'm going to try to counter there. So she better get that hand back quickly or be in position to go under my hook. And that's why I say balance is a key, because if she's in position, she should be able to go under the punch with no problem. So 1, 2, go under my hook. Good. Now it puts her right in position to hit me with the right hand right over the top. Good. When you make somebody miss that badly, 1, 2, bang, there you go. And it's a great counter shot, okay? And again, I'm countering her right hand, but she's countering my left hook. So there's always a counter to every time you throw a punch, you make an opening for the opponent, okay? So there's always that factor that you actually know that if you throw a 1, 2, my counter is usually going to be the left hook. You won't find it on the right hand side that often. So the 1, 2, it's natural for me to hook and natural for her to come up with the counter right hand. Let's do it again. Right away, quick. Again. Good again. Good girl. Watch your mouth. There you go. So now give me a 1, 2 left hook. Good again. Again. That's a nice short left hook she has here. And my counter on the left, if she ends the left hook, again, it's going to be the right hand. So she has to be ready to go under my right hand, okay? Boom. And then she's got her opening there to my body or to my chin. Again, when she finishes the combination with the left hook, my counter is 90% of the time is going to be the right hand. And that's why it's, the more experienced fighters you see, it's like when I used to box with Alex Aguirre when I was his sparring partner. I mean, I used to tell Eddie, I says, he knows what I'm going to throw before I do. You know, I'd throw a combination at him, and then he'd make everything miss. And I was amazed at how easily he made me miss. And I was an 18-year-old young aggressive kid. And the thing was, because I was very excited and young, and he had a lot of experience. So, but if you stop to think about it, if you end with a certain punch, you kind of know where the counter is going to be. I mean, it's pretty good. If she ends with the right hand, 90% of the time, my counter is going to be on the left side. You just got to slow down a little bit and just think about this, you know. And if she finishes with the left hook, right there, 90% of the time, my counter is going to be on the right side. And I think that's what makes the difference between a good fighter and a great fighter, is that these great fighters, they can make those moves that are not the 90%. They can make the moves that are the 10%. And like a guy like James Toney, who I train, you know, he's just a gifted guy. I mean, like when James says, he says, you know, all you guys have to train. I was born to fight. And you know what? I think it's true. You know, I mean, he's such a talented guy. I mean, he has so much talent and natural motion. I mean, the moves that he makes, you really can't teach. He's just natural. And again, I think that James was born to fight. He's such a good athlete. And then the thing was, like, but I get a guy like Manny Pacquiao who's just very explosive. And when I first got Pacquiao, he had no boxing skills whatsoever, but he had power and speed. And all we had to do was kind of get him to box a little bit and use his technique a little bit more. And it's getting better all the time. But again, with the Morales fight, he didn't do as well as I thought he would do. He got away from the game plan, and I couldn't get him back on track. But that's part of the job of being a trainer, of course. And you know, because I didn't get him back on track, I'll take some of the blame of that loss. And when we fight the rematch, I don't think it will happen again. At least, well, I'll use all my efforts not to make it happen again, that's for sure. So, now as a trainer, I see a lot of guys catching with the mitts, okay? And I see some good things and I see some bad things, you know. And again, I'm not a hard-headed guy where I don't think I can't learn. So if I see someone make some good moves on a mitt, I will copy them a little bit if I like it, and I'll go talk to them and I'll understand the meaning behind it, because there's always, every punch has a meaning. I mean, it's either the counter shot or setting a punch up. Is you know, because again, not the strongest guy is not going to win the fight, the smartest guy is. And that's going to happen every time in boxing, because, you know, some people think it's two dummies out there swinging at each other, but, you know, the sweet science is more complicated than, I think, anything in life, you know. And, again, but sometimes I see trainers with the mitts, though, they catch a little bit too aggressively and they reach for punches and they come out a little bit too far. Like, throw a jab at me. See, I catch it right at the end of the punch. I get a little bit of a resistance, I just catch it a little bit. You don't want to come out and catch the punch out here, because you've got to let them come to the target, okay? Because, well, every time you punch a person, if he brings his chin to you, well, you're going to have a field day, but that's not going to happen, you know? So everything you do on the mitts should be, in my opinion, should be relevant to boxing, okay? There's nothing I do in this ring with mitts on that is not relevant to boxing, okay? I see guys get real fancy out there behind the back and under the legs and crazy stuff, and they put a real good show on and stuff like this, but it's bullshit, okay? It's not relevant to boxing, okay? It's not what happens in a fight. And everything I do in here on the mitts is relevant to boxing. There's nothing I do that's not. Every move